Also noticing that this guy is probably going to eat all of our food, but to try and hunt him that's going to be a predicament. Anyways. Hello everybody, this is It's Switz. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Rimworld. The last we left off, we had established our colony. I believe this is the right one. I should probably rename this as soon as I can. We had left off, we established our colony, built them all bedrooms. We had a few prison cells that we had opened up, and we kind of left off there. I think I'm going to try and keep these episodes around 20 minutes long. And so I was thinking about where we can go from here. And I think the goal of this episode is going to be get the beauty up and just get them a little bit more maintained so that their happiness doesn't decline and they don't start having insane neglected rages. And so I think that'll be one of our goals this episode, as well as getting a freezer going and a kitchen. I think that it'll be important to have these pretty soon. Start having meals saved up for the winter. I believe this is a 40-day growing period, so we really need to get established for the winter. And then we're going to have to do some hunting as well, probably. But for now, just looking at where we're at, I think we're going to build the kitchen and eatery area all separate from the building where we are currently at. And so we're just going to rough estimate how big we're going to go with this. But I know that once this gets to 8+ colonists, it gets a little bit out of control. And so I think we're just going to build big and then not have to worry about changing it in the future. So we're going to go at it from here. This might be a bit of a workshop area as well, but we'll go with this. We're also going to add an airlock just to make sure that the cold air isn't constantly escaping. And something that I would like to do is have a separate butchering area. And this is going to be for a few reasons, mainly to keep cleanliness up, because if you are cooking in an unclean area, you will often get, they'll start feeling food poisoning effects. And so we're going to try and keep this area as clean as possible and have a butchering area in here. Might be a little bit cold, but this again will have, it's got an airlock system where there's 2 doors. So the all the cold air can escape as soon as they open the one door. It'll get trapped in this room and it won't decrease the temperature as much in the room. I also didn't realize how close this geyser is. It may be an issue later on, but we might end up using it. Geothermal is probably the most consistent and, in my opinion, the best power source that you can get in this game, so we may roll with that. As for now, let's add a butcher table into this room. We're also going to have them chop down a bunch of trees, but it looks like as they build this, they'll progress towards that. And so we're going to have the butcher table there. We're going to open up a stockpile zone for all food items and nothing else. So let's go into storage. We're just going to clear all and allow foods. We may allow raw food is in there. I think we're going to allow hops in here for now, as well as smoke leaf, just so that nothing that we're growing is expiring. I don't believe we're growing hops right now, but it might be something that I start doing pretty soon here. This would be a good area for kegs and to turn it into beer, and it makes for a good trading commodity. So we might end up going with that, but for now I think that'll do for over there. They can get started. We'll add a few torches as well, just so it's lit. But again, the main goal of this episode is just going to be to get some energy going, increase the beauty, and increase their happiness a little bit. Because if I was living in a dirt shack like this, I would be going a little bit nuts. And so we'll put in some floors. Just looking at what we have, I think a wood floor we'll have to do for the start. We'll probably end up ripping this up later, but at least it will give them a living surface that's not just dirt. With that, we will go into this one and now disallow foods, as well as hops and smoke leaf, just so they're all getting stored in the same area. And let's see how long it'll take them to get this done. Looking at where we're at now, I think it would probably be a good idea to get some defenses going as well. That should probably be a higher priority. Yeah, we'll schedule that in and they can work on it in whatever order they so feel. But I guess we'll just add some wood barricades for now. I know a lot of people will add like death boxes, and your colony can't even get invaded unless they go through all of these traps, and it basically kills off anything. I might look into doing this. I'm not entirely sold on it. I have never done it before, and it seems like a lot of maintenance to keep up with just for the reward. If you have, I like to use security guns, and it tends to be just as quick, and so I think that we may just use turrets instead of some sort of death box situation. There's a lot of raw meat out here. I don't know why. Oh, they're already moving everything over. That makes sense. Let's hope they can get the walls built today then, so that nothing sits out overnight. Okay, so we're going to give this faction a name. The settlement will be, we'll just name this the YouTube colony, just so it's easier to identify later on. And I don't know what we should name the faction. We haven't, the first episode hasn't even been uploaded yet at the time I'm recording this, and so haven't even had the chance to have any feedback. I think we might just stick to YouTube related names, just so that it's easier to remember. So we'll just say we're the YouTubers, and that way it'll be easy to remember when I'm looking at the load screen. Looking at what else we have to do. Oh, it looks like they're already harvesting rice, which is really good. Means potatoes should be done in around 2 to 3 days, and then we'll have a full batch of both. And we still have enough survival meals to get by for a few days, and so we should be very well stocked by the time they actually need to, by the time we run out of packaged survival meals. Just thinking at what else we could do. I mean, it would probably be a good idea to get some sort of power source. I've mentioned that already, but I don't really like setting up a power source outside of your colony, just because it tends to be the first thing that gets attacked, and it's a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest. And so maybe we'll just get somebody to start researching. We'll go into the research tab, and let's see if we can get solar panels going right away. Yeah, we can. And so let's just prioritize that really high on our researcher. It looks like Fiona, who is also our grower, is the best at researching. What's your research skill? Like 1 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I guess this will just have to be her second priority next to plants and growing. I don't think that it will take up too much time to manage these crops, especially with how they're going to be growing. It'll be basically 1 field per day. It is a little bit to do, but I think that she will be able to get research done relatively quickly. We're just going to build a chair around each of these, just so that it's a little bit comfier. I think it improves their work speed as well, so we will monitor that. And then 2 colonists are idle, so we're just going to set them to chop all of the trees in this area, and then they can get to building. We don't really want trees around here anyways, so hopefully they can get this built relatively quickly. I know it's a pretty massive structure. It's just, looking at it, it's about the size of our entire base that we had built last episode, but think this is just an important step in building a long-lasting base. So we'll roll with that for now. We'll also see, okay, we've got our first raid. So they're preparing for a while. It's also just one guy, and he only has a knife on him. So he's not that threatening. I mean, the guy, he's got a lot of passions, so he might be good. His intellectual is really high, so I'm kind of hoping that we can just injure him and take him as prisoner. He seems like a pretty good, he's not incapable of anything. He is interested to chems, so, you know, we'll have to keep chems away from him if he does join the colony. But other than that, he's a pretty strong companion to have. So I think we're really going to try and capture him, force him to join us. It might be good. I'm also looking at where he's going to be coming from. So I think we're just going to use all of this material here as our barricades for now. We haven't got those defenses built yet, but he should be attacking fairly soon. So let's just call everybody over here for now. Put them on defense status. Actually, we'll put Richards with the rifle further back. Fiona is going to be our cannon fodder, and Richards has the Magnum. That's okay. That should be a good setup, I think, for making sure that we make quick work of Vigo. I think that Fiona will probably be our weakest link here. She is already in serious pain. What is this? I guess from her old gunshots and bite marks, but she's just going to have to struggle for the rest of her life until we can... oh, perfect. Okay. It worked. So we're going to capture him, and then hopefully his resistance isn't too high, and we'll actually be able to bring him in as a part of our colony. I don't know if it was a good idea to get the one who's constantly in pain to lug that body, but she'll have to deal. And now you can go back to doing whatever you want to do. Probably sleeping, yeah. Also, what is his health like? He's going to die. And for some reason, our doctors didn't care. So, Richards, you're going to make sure... Oh, maybe it's wardening? Okay, Richards is going to have a 4 in wardening. I know what it is. It's because, as a prisoner, we're going to recruit him. It's a lot of resistance to wean down, but I think we'll be okay. And then there is a way... I guess we're going to have to use... Oh, we do have some herbal medicine. So Richards should be able to tend to this guy now. For some reason he doesn't want to. Yeah, tending. There it is. Let's make sure that he stays alive, because I would really like to have him as a part of the colony. 94, 100, yeah, so there shouldn't be any infections. It seems like all of our tending was pretty high quality, and so hopefully within the next maybe within a week, we can get Vigo on board. He's got a fairly spacious room. I don't know what he could really complain about. He does need a table, so maybe we'll work on getting him a table in there just so that he can not have to eat on the dirt floor. Aside from that, yeah, it looks like they're going to get this built by the end of the episode, which is really good. And I guess we have a bit of time here. So I'm just curious, who are you guys? How is your... Oh no, he does have an infection. How are your weeks going? Tell me a little bit about yourself if you're actually watching these videos. I really appreciate it. Like I said in the last video, I would really just like to connect to some people who rely heavily on YouTube for their source of entertainment, their escape. And so, yeah, reach out and let me know who you are, what you're up to, how your week was. I'd like to hear about it in the comments. And hopefully we can build a little community here of people who actually care for each other and take care of each other, and it could be nice to have. And so anyways, yeah, if you missed that, we got a pretty good score. It looks like the llamas may have I can't figure out why the lynx would have died unless the llamas all attacked him together. But we do have interesting. We do have a nice bit of meat coming from there, as well as cloth, which might be helpful. You could also just sell it, is what I tend to do, because I don't end up usually using a lot of it. Need a recreation variety. Did we not build? I guess we canceled. We canceled the horseshoe pin. So we'll throw another one up here and maybe prioritize it so that it actually gets built. And then we have a little bit of variety there. I don't really plan on selling a wooden chair, but it's nice to know that it is going to increase the beauty of the room that it was built. I'm assuming it was this one. I'll also get all of those out of the way because that's a pain. Looking at this, who is our researcher? I really don't know. I want them to get to, okay, they are getting to work. It's coming along slowly, but yeah, it looks like it might take a few episodes to get some solar panels in. I don't know if that's going to harm us or not. Maybe we should build some sort of power and just get our food frozen, because we are heading into summer. It's going to get really hot and the food's going to go bad really quickly. As long as we keep it with raw food, we should be okay. But as for any meat, it's going to be gone. I don't know how long these take to oh, maybe they don't expire, which is good. It's also rather annoying having all of this trash laying around. I'd really like to, as a general rule, I try to get it as clean as possible. I'll usually make all of these walkways and usually maybe make gardens in the areas where there aren't walkways, just so that everything is actually maintained. How is this guy's infection coming along? It looks like so you'll see, if you're unfamiliar with this game, he has an immunity level going up there. I just hit 58%, and the infection is currently at 39%, which means if the immunity reaches 100 before the infection percentage, he will be over it and heal, and it looks like he's going to make it, which is really good. His resistance, I don't think it's gone down at all. I don't know if anyone's actually tending to this guy. Probably not. We should probably up NG. She's not the greatest at this job, but we need it to be a priority right now. And we can have a full-time researcher. And they're just going to spend their entire life at that table in an endless... They're just going to be endlessly indebted to me for saving their life after they attacked me. Yeah, we are coming up to the 20-minute mark, so I think I might cap this video as soon as this room gets built, and then we can send off, and part 3 will be up, and possibly even recorded before this video goes up, and I'm going to try and stay ahead by a few weeks. I'm trying to do maybe 3 uploads a week. I'm going to be thinking about doing some Stardew Valley gameplay, as I really enjoy Stardew Valley. I haven't modded to the expanded version. It's a really seamless mod, and it's added we have some traders. It's added NPCs. It adds large portions of the map, a lot of end game content, and so it's a really good game to be playing. Also noticing that this guy is probably going to eat all of our food, but to try and hunt him that's going to be a predicament. Anyways, yeah, so Stardew Valley, I'm thinking about doing some episodes on that, maybe trying to do a completionist run. Not entirely sure, but I love that game, so I think it would make for some good content for sure. Chop wood. Just need to finish that one spot, and then these visitors, we will trade with them, and then we'll finish up this episode. We'll wait for them to get closer to us, because it's just a long, pointless walk for no reason. And I believe, trying to learn these names, NG was our best socializer, yes. So NG's going to go and trade with these guys, see if they have anything that we actually want. Lots of drugs, and that's about it. Might be nice to get her a pistol, but I don't know if she needs a pistol. It's nice to have somebody on melee, I've learned, because they will often they'll often crush you if they get in close combat if they're melee and you're not. So it's nice to have a few on melee that are able to kind of act as cannon fodder and take a few hits while the guns just mow down the enemies that are attacking. They do have the money, so I'm thinking maybe we'll buy the packaged survival meal. I'm a little bit worried on food now that Mega Sloth is just hanging out in our deep freezer. He's going to be quite a nuisance, I think. Past that, I don't really want to... We have enough medicine for a while. I don't really want to sell the Synthroid pants. I think I might put them on NG, seeing as she's taking a lot of hits anyways. Just give her some higher defense. And I know she's not going to be happy about it, but she's going to be wearing them. Oh, she already was. So maybe we should have sold them, but it's too late now, I guess. So, c'est la vie. But yeah. If you did like this episode of Rimworld, if you want to continue this series along with me, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Again, drop a comment. Let me know who you are, what you've been up to, how your week was. I'd love to chat and create a community here. So thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for part 3. It will probably be within a few days, as well as some Stardew Valley content.